Sorry, cider. Shout out to my cousin, man. He wasn't done on the speak. Welcome y'all to the Lksp 47. We're gonna talk some James, Dames, and more. Me and my dog G Money here. We're gonna talk winners and losers, correct?
That's right. Winners and losers so far.
This will be part 2 of the NBA free agency. We got a part 3 coming as well because we got some more guys need to be signed and some. I like going details. I like some good role player signings and things of that nature. Not G Money as much. He like the stars, so he a star guy.
We got some NFL stuff coming our way soon too. So
yeah, that as well. Look out for that. Baseball All-Star game coming up. All-Star home run derby Monday. So we got a break for that. So we got some things coming here. Victor went beyond the security slap shit out of Britney Spears. So that's pretty interesting.
Like, give me my powder. Give me my powder.
So we got those things to talk about as well. So, but majority of this pod is going to talk about winners and losers. We're going to talk about Dames and James, James Harden and Damian Lillard to be more precise. I wrote a couple Dame trade scenarios that I would like, and it makes sense. I put it into some apps, and all of them came out pretty good. And when I say them, they might sound a little like, what the hell are you thinking? But I love it. I think it'd be
fun.
great.
He can live in fantasy. I'll live in the real world. So it's...
Hey, let's do this, man. But then James, I'm over James.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about him, but I feel like he's a mid-level player now. Like he's like an average player.
Boy, if you don't James still can get it done. 50 games in a season. Which one you want? Let's break the news.
James Harden sucks. He's definitely going to end up a Knick now. He's going to end up a Knick now that I said that. I'm sure. I just jinxed it for sure now. I don't want nothing to do with that guy.
All right. So since we already talking about James, opted into his player option of $36 million or something like that. I'm not. You got
35 and change.
35 and change. Then requested a trade. He said he was unhappy with the organization and some things that went on. Who knows? Maybe he's blowing smoke or just trying to make something happen. But then again, over the weekend holiday, he had a party at Michael Rubin. You seen the video of that? The all-white party?
Didn't.
It's amazing. Go check it out. It's a video of his party. Everybody was there from Jay-Z to Kuzma to Tom Brady to the greatest soccer players. Every sport had people there. The Meek Mill, Lil Baby. I can't think of his name right now. Everybody there, billionaires, millionaires. It was amazing. But anyway, Harden posted a picture on his story of him, Tobias Harris, and Embiid. So Tobias Harris and Embiid was there as well. He posted it on his story. So maybe it's a sign like, hey, maybe I'm upset, but I might want to give it another try. I don't know.
Yeah, they're trying to spin it back now. Even the organization, and now they're saying that like maybe they won't trade him now and stuff. So they're trying to wind up. Because I don't think there's a market for him.
I just want to say I don't think nobody wants to deal with $35.6 million. And
he's just a guy. I think he's not a winner, and he's like not. You know what I mean? Like if you're a young team, you don't want him. If you're on the cusp team, I don't think you want him either. I think it's only 1 year at that price, but he probably wants an extension and things like that. And I wouldn't want. I mean, he's a good player. I know I said he sucks. He's still a good player, but he's just not a winning. He's just never really been a winning player, and I don't want. And they're blowing smoke. Who knows what it is? I mean, it's even like they're talking about like even the Maxey thing. They're like talking about like they're not sure they want to extend him and stuff. But it's all because they want to extend him. But if they extend him, they can't trade him. And they probably have hope that they can hop in the Dame mix. Although they have nothing to give really, except for Maxey. They don't even really have that many picks.
Excuse me. How old is James Harden? I don't know why the internet is not telling me how old James Harden is. But.
He's in his 30s. He's not. I mean, he's definitely digressed pretty fast. I mean, he's right around the same age as like Durant and all those guys. So,
yeah, here we go. I found it finally. I don't know what's going on. James is 33. Yeah. He'll be 34 when the season starts.
So he ain't that old, but he's still. I mean, he ain't.
I mean, today with today's science, but. The thing with James Harden that bothers me, and I'm finna go on, I won't even say a rant, but I'm speaking facts for the majority of things that I've read and looked up. He doesn't have the work habit of other players. And when you get late in age, as an NBA age in professional sports, 33, 34, 35, 36, you have to follow a very strict diet regimen. You have to work out, keep yourself in shape. I don't know if he's still thinking just turn it on. I
think a lot of ways he's more worried about those parties and stuff. He's.
I mean, it's okay to party. He's 33.
I'm not saying I'm not saying he shouldn't, but I think he worries a little bit more. He cares more about that stuff than he does.
Yeah. So
clearly, I mean, when he was talking about wanting to go back to Houston, I mean, like you haven't won anything, and you want to go back to Houston, who's not going to win anything, like that. Just those kind of things, just really. I always thought maybe he got a little bit of a bad rap, but maybe not. And maybe I was wrong. Maybe he didn't.
Yeah. So but you got to keep yourself in shape. There, you got to, especially at the age that he at now. You got to have the work ethic of the Dames and the LeBrons and even CP been during injury, but from what I understand, he's a plant man. He's vegetarian like, and he really pays attention to what he puts in his body and to like what I'm trying to say with physicians and technology, it tells you like guys can play in their mid-30s and upper 30s now, and we're gonna see that trend nowadays with, like I said, with medicine and things and the studying of the body and what it does now. If you just do the right things, you can play till you're 35, 36, 37 at a decent level. You're not going to be prime James, but you can be a great, I wouldn't say shell, you'd say even just a good basketball player and still in shape and still taking care of yourself. And I just, from the word through the vine, is James is not that guy. He does what he want to in the offseason. He drinks, and I don't know if he drinks, smoke, or whatever, so that'll be accusation. But he don't have that. I guess he just feel like when it's training camp, he can turn it on and diet and then go into the season. But we've seen it affects him in the playoffs.
That's how you get hurt too.
Yeah, that as well. And he's blessed not to be hurt like that. He had some hamstring nagging injuries these past few years, but you got to train hard. You got to keep your body in shape to play with these guys. And that's one thing, like you said, when he thought about getting that, he signed that player option, just thought he was going to get traded, which was going to Houston, which, like I said, was a red flag to me. You haven't won a championship. Why you want to go back there? You care about money and fame to me. And I just think that's bad. And nobody wants that on their team anymore. And Philadelphia is the best thing for him. Embiid, it's the best, worst thing for the Knicks. If James get traded, I think the Knicks be like, hell yeah, we got a chance to get Embiid. But as long as James stay there, Tobias, he's on his spine contract, James, last year. But then again, this whole thing can blow up in next season.
It'll be next year. Yeah. If that ever happens,
yeah.
I think it's next offseason. But
I think I know I'm fast forwarding, but I think by 2024, I think Embiid will be in a Knicks jersey. You heard it here, so
stop it.
Yeah, I know you're that hard Knickerbocker, but I'm telling you.
Did you hear the table hitting? I was like,
yeah. So, but that's all I got to say about James. Just work ethic, and you at the age now, man. You can't just turn it on. You're not 25. You can't go out and eat and drink and go hoop like you used to. You gotta mature some, man. So,
absolutely. Yeah, I think we nailed it there with him. They just need to. I kind of hope he stays. Like I said, for a lot of the reasons, I want Embiid to be unhappy, very, very unhappy. I wanted Giannis to be unhappy too, but that don't look like that's going to happen. We'll talk about that too. But and I guess Embiid's the guy now. He needs to be very unhappy.
Right. But looking at their roster, they pretty much bring the same thing back. I feel like they need to use their mid-level exception. They have a great mid-level exception of 12.4 and a biannual of 4.5. They signed Mo Bamba and freaking Bowl. I mean,
they have not done much. I
feel like you got to add some wing there, some
Patrick Beverley.
Oh yeah,
but again, he's almost like another PJ Tucker. Like he's just like that.
And I seen some decrease in PJ Tucker last year. He can't really get you a basket. If you get any,
his shooting is gone. He's still good, very good defensively, but his offense is declined for sure.
For sure, he used to get you a basket, offensive rebound, hit you a couple You can depend on him to hit you a couple corner trades. His 3-point percentage went down so bad. So that's another guy I think you need a backup plan for him. I think he can't guard these Tatums and who else? Help me out. I'm trying to run everybody.
Even Brown, Middleton.
I don't know. He might can guard Middleton. Hell, we got to see what Middleton coming back next year with. And all these upper tier guys, DeJounte Murray, the guys he's going to be asked to guard.
RJ Barrett.
I mean, hey, if I am looking in the mirror, if I got to take PJ Tucker, RJ Barrett, I'm taking RJ Barrett, hands down. So, but let's move forward to Dame Dollar. Do you want to hear my lovely trades, or do you?
Yeah, go ahead. I didn't. You probably went in a little more. I talked about my stuff. I'm just talking about like teams.
I want to hear you because mine is very interesting because I got some interest. But first of all, let's give you a little information. Dame Dollar, backtrack a little bit. Portland had number 3 pick. They went with Scoot Henderson, Scoot Henderson, which is another point guard. Basically, they want to go ahead and rebuild.
Young guy. He's a young guy, so he's not a guy that will even really impact it like hugely right away. So
they already got Shadon Sharp, which is great. So they go and rebuild. They try to break that down, build around Scoot Henderson, Shadon Sharp. They even drafted Chris Murray and made some more plays. They still got Simon there, et cetera, et cetera. Basically, it's not a championship team. Damian Lillard was getting old. He's 32 years old. He wanted to try to win a chip now, and he finally say, hey, trade me. But
trade me to Miami.
Exactly. So this is the kicker. He said he only want to go to Miami. We only can go by report. So that's what he said. And his agent is reaching out like, guys, stop sending offers in. My guy want to go to the Heat. Another problem. He only can offer Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, 2026, 2028, and another pick. I'm not sure, and some pick swaps. And quite honestly,
they can do a bunch of swaps, but it's not. It's not the most. It's not the most. Especially
maybe Nikola Jovic.
The other thing too is the other tricky part about that is they want to. Sounds like Portland also wants to put Nurkic in the deal too. Yeah, he's an expiring contract, but you need more money. That means you need more money to line up, which just makes it. And he ain't. And they're not. And Dame's not doing them any favor by his agent doing that too. That ain't getting
so
they
really not bidding against anyone. So he can be like, okay, we can wait it out, see if you finally get rid of him in the middle of the year. Or Dame might hold. I don't see Dame holding out. I think when the ball gets tipped in October, November, whenever day one is, I see him going out there.
Yeah, if he's not traded by this, but which again I would be surprised. I think he's. It may take a little time here because I think I do think he's. In this day and age with the players getting what they want, I think he does end up in Miami. But what my prediction would be is it's going to end up being like. You're going to see something. It's going to end up being like a 4-team trade, and there's going to be like 12 players, and 15 picks. It's going to be like some massive, huge deal to get it done, and he ends up, and he probably ends up in Miami. He doesn't want. He said, interesting too. Sorry, Pedro. He said he does not want to. He specifically said he does not want to go to Boston.
And I think that's his best way to win a championship. Put him and Tatum together with Porzingis now. And those guys,
but even that problem, that would have to be another multi-way trade too, because the other talk was that the Blazers they want nothing to do with Jaylen Brown, especially because he's about to sign a max extension. So,
and I'm kind of surprised Boston he hasn't put his ink on the dotted line yet.
Yeah. So. If you're trying to rebuild, do you really want a 27-year-old $300 million player? Probably not. So I think even if he came back on the Boston thing, it would probably have to be like a. The teams that could trade up straight up for him, teams like the Knicks or some of those other teams, like I don't think that's realistic, and he doesn't want to go there. So it's going to take a bunch of.
So let me hear what you got, and then I'm going to give you my stuff. And
I kind of said Miami obviously for heroes, picks, Martin, maybe Duncan Robinson. They just got to
said Martin off limits.
Yeah,
who knows?
And they have to match up those and Nurkic. Is getting back Nurkic back too, because that would be he'd be another nice little piece for Miami too. And then The Nets are another possibility. It's, they're trying to unload Ben Simmons. They'll do anything to get Ben Simmons. And there's talk that maybe if they figure out a thing that maybe the Blazers would think about taking Ben Simmons back too, because he has this year and next year left. It's a bunch of money, but it's not like Hero's contract, which is 4 years. Right. And that seems to be a big sticking point right now. Apparently, there's a lot of teams that they're nervous about taking Hero's contract. Like, he's a good player, but I think a lot of these teams are really, really hesitant about that for whatever reason. The injuries, they just don't think he's worth that kind of money. And then the Clippers would be an interesting spot for sure too. Again, but if it was the Clippers, that would need to be another multi-team trade as well too. And now they brought back Westbrook, so that's probably not going to happen. I'm just talking about that. No, it's more than I'm just saying these are some of the the unlikely spots, but you never know. I think two sleeper teams, the Spurs and the Pelicans. He has great admiration for Popovich.
Talking about for the Spurs.
For the Spurs, yeah. So they have tons of picks. The money would be a little bit funny, but they have obviously they have all their picks and all that kind of stuff. You'd have to bring in. I think the only problem with that is obviously they're rebuilding too, but they're rebuilding around a generational player. And
if Wembanyama plays great on defense this year, which I figure he will, and still somehow probably get 20 points a game. I like Keldon Johnson, like Vassell. They brought back Trey Jones. They got Reggie Bullock in the trade with Dallas and them. They're gonna be. But
even you put Dame on there, they're borderline playoff. But what that would maybe do then though is, if Wembanyama looks like what anything close to we do next year,
right.
Next year, the floodgates are open and everybody wants to come play in San Antonio again. Yeah. So,
all right, I'm gonna give you one of mine, and I like your San Antonio and the New Orleans. I can see maybe him and McCollum getting back together, but I think you have to get rid of Brandon Ingram, and I don't think New Orleans want to do that.
Yeah, or Zion.
Yeah. I think Zion got a lot to prove. I mean, all based on talent, things that we've seen from Duke High School and Shea in the few games he don't play in the NBA. You would love to have him on his team, but he got so much going on off the court, which I don't say it's a lot going on. I think it's typical of a man. He was having sex. Anyway, we're not going to go into that. But, I mean, it's his business. And at the end of the day, it was his business. It had no business being public. I mean, people do this every day.
That stuff for sure.
For sure.
His work ethic and some of that other stuff is this is maybe one thing, but that off the court, that stuff is like, well, yeah, whatever. It's not he's not waving guns on Instagram
It was a lighter, Greg. Come on now.
Bruh. No, I love Ja. We know I love you. Nothing for love. Remember, call us, Ja. Call us. We'll help you out.
Oh yeah, come on through. We got you. All right.
We'll watch your back. We won't post guns in your videos, I promise.
Hey, listen. These are my opinion, and I really think these are great. I only really got two real ones, and I had some other jot down, but this is my first one. And this is...
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
I don't think this is out of my goddamn mind. I think
that was premature. Premature button there.
This is a trade to help. This is a 3-team trade. Portland, Brooklyn, and Minnesota. What's your thoughts so far? Before I even go into it,
those are 3 teams that I know the numbers work out well with those. So,
all right, you with me? Okay. We're gonna start on Minnesota side. Minnesota's gonna end up taking in Dinwiddie, Royce O'Neal, Nasir Little from Portland. Okay. Nets gonna get I gotta do Nets last. Portland's gonna get Ben Simmons, Dorian Finney-Smith, and a flood of picks, which is what they need. Why I give them Ben Simmons? For the fact that he only got 2 years left technically. You can get off that contract. He'll be an expiring contract next year. If he give you anything this year and he plays decent, you can trade him off, get some more picks back for that expiring contract. Same thing for DFS. Dorian Finney-Smith, he's just an old vet. Need a train down line. Somebody need a 3-and-D guy. You send him off for 2 second-rounders and a pick swap or something, and you piling up more draft picks in Portland. Denver, now, Brooklyn Nets get Damian Lillard, Karl Anthony Towns. Listen to this. It works. Put it in.
I'm not thinking about
That's the reaction that I want.
I was expecting one to go one and one to go the other place.
No. This is fit. The money fits.
I'm not saying the money don't fit. So then what's?
Listen, my thing is you would have Damian
What's Minnesota getting?
They getting Dinwiddie, O'Neal. They getting Little, and I got them getting some pick swaps as well. Some pick swaps. You get off the Karl Anthony Town. You got 3 bigs already. You got Cat, Gobert, Nasri. You bought him back on a 3-year, $40-something million contract.
So they're getting back Dame and Cat, and they're not giving up any of the other. They're not giving up Cam. They can't trade Cam because he's off. He just signed, but they're not giving up Bridges or any of those guys.
Becomes a contender in the East.
Yeah, for sure. Like with that, I mean that's like another perfect spot for Cat because he doesn't have to be the guy again.
I put this thing through the ringer. I put it on multiple apps. I put it on picks. I got it very detailed here. But
no, I trust that you have the numbers. I trust that the numbers work out. But I don't know.
Listen,
I don't know.
That's why I like it. Minnesota get some guard play back. You get rid of the what's the word I'm looking for with all the centers you got the jumble of big men you got. Now you can divide your men in 3. Gobert and Nas Reed. You got Dinwiddie to play with Anthony Edwards and slow-mo, which I call Kyle Anderson. Now you got Russ O'Neal for defense. You got Nasir Little, athletic guy that can cut and do what you need to do. I don't think it's a win or lose for Minnesota because I don't think you're winning with Cat, Gobert in your front court. I think you open up the court. You put Gobert on the bench, bring Nas Reed at the 5. You can push slow-mo to the 4. You can push Edwards to the 3. You can put Dinwiddie with Conley in. And I don't think I think that's a formidable NBA lineup to me.
Why don't you throw Mikal Bridges in the deal and then send Anthony Edwards back to Brooklyn too?
Nah. And then, like I said, Brooklyn, you become a contender overnight. You got Cat, Nick Claxton, Cameron Johnson, Mikal Bridges, Damian Lillard, and you're a problem.
That's a stupid lineup. Stupid.
So
fuck Brooklyn. Fuck Brooklyn.
I need to send this to Brooklyn. And y'all congratulate me. Send me a check because the numbers work out. I hate
Brooklyn, man. I fucking hate Brooklyn. Actually, I'm sorry, Brooklyn. I don't hate Brooklyn. I hate what the Nets represent. They represent people moving to Brooklyn from the suburbs and thinking they've been from Brooklyn their whole lives and it's so cool. Jay-Z, Biggie, those guys are freaking Brooklyn, not the freaking Nets. Not freaking not the hipsters Brooklyn, from Iowa. Not the hipsters from Iowa.
Are you ready for this one?
Yeah.
This is a 4-team trade.
4-team. Here we go.
The teams are Portland Trailblazers, New York Knicks, Philadelphia 76ers, LA Clippers.
Jesus, what is this madness going to be?
And the numbers work out. The peaks work out.
I trust you put it through the system. I trust it.
All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
Give me your team you want to hear from first. I got Trailblazers, Knicks, Sixers, Clippers.
Let's hear what the Blazers are going to get back on all this.
Barrett, Fournier. I gave him Barrett go with the scoot and shut down Sharp. He can fill in at the 3. There'll be a young team again. RJ Barrett, you're not going to win 30 games next year. You get more picks. You're going to get some picks in this deal. Fournier, expiring contract. You can buy him out. Use that cap space for next year.
I think just early already in this thing. I don't know if they're going to want RJ. It's similar to why they didn't want Hero, but although I think RJ is a better player than Hero, but that's but all right. We'll move on. Let's go.
Next thing you want to hear from? You got Knicks, Sixers.
Well, I know we're losing Barrett, so we better be getting somebody back. I want to go Knicks here, but I don't want to know just yet. Sixers.
Sixers get Damian Lillard and Julius Randle.
What? What are the freaking Knicks getting in this? All right, now I need to know what the Knicks are getting now.
You're getting PG and Tobias Harris.
That's it.
Okay.
No, I don't like it.
All right.
I don't like it.
And last but not least, we got Clippers. You get James Harden, you get Hardenstein, and you get some little pieces here, DeAnthony Milton's, you fill it in with the gaps. You get McBride from the Knicks. I got it little pieces here that you can pick up to just put together there. Now, The reason that it works is because Tobias Harris is making a shit
ton of money. Yeah,
right. And then losing Randall and Barrett contract with Hardenstein contract, it all fixed out. The reason I put this trade together.
Where did you come up with this?
Hey man, that's a
lot of movement there. That's like, I don't know,
because I read that the Knicks had interest in PG, and I know Harden said he want to go to LA, and I know that Dame Lillard say he doesn't want to. I mean, excuse me, he only wants to go Miami, but I think you put him, Randall, Embiid together.
I think he would go to Philly. I think he would. I mean, I don't know. I think he would. I don't know that he would, but
right. And I think Portland. It's perfect for Portland. You get off Dame, and you get, like I said, you right. They might not want Barrett, but I think he's young enough to go there, and then Fournier. I think they're doing everything Portland wants to do. They
with the Knicks though, we get older and like worse. I think.
I don't think you get worse.
I mean, Tobias Harris. I mean,
if you get 50 to 60 games of PG and you get him in the playoffs,
that's a big if with PG.
It's a chance. But same thing, you took a chance with All NBA. Well, he ended up being All NBA and Julius Randle. I think he didn't fare well for y'all in the playoffs, and he's got some. Some people got some sore.
Oh, but again, he's not.
I'm thinking about it this way.
Randall's underpaid too. He's got a really good contract too. He's
right.
like Brunson. Yeah, I think I trade Barrett for PG, like some kind of trade like that. I think I would, but I don't know if I want to break up the Knicks quite like that.
This is what. So I'm gonna go on to the Knicks.
I know this is obviously like make believe or whatever,
right.
but it works.
You get Brunson. You got. Think about this five.
Who's in our front court?
Listen, think about this five at the end of the game. Bronson and Josh Hart or Devinchenko, whoever's playing well right now. Quickly. You even still got Quickly. I didn't get rid of him in this trade.
No, we're able to keep him, which I like.
Okay. Now you got, let's go with people that you already got there. Quickly, Bronson, PG, Tobias Harris, and then you got I think Mitchell Robinson got to grow up. I think it's this year to grow.
He's fine. That's what I'm saying. But he does what he does. He offensive rebounds, defense. Like
you got enough scoring out there. You got PG to score. You got Brunson to score. You got Quickly to score. You don't need Mitchell Robinson to score, and you got Tobias Harris just out there.
I mean, although this NBA is different. Who's playing? I guess we don't really have a four, but I mean, in today's NBA,
you don't need a four.
You don't really need a four, but
you're gonna be playing Boston. They're gonna put Tatum at the four. They can put if they go big with Porzingis now, which is a thing, but I don't think unless Robert Williams is playing well, him and Mitchell Robinson can X out, and then you will have a problem guarding Porzingis.
No, in today's NBA, it's not the big. I don't love it. I don't love it. I'd rather roll back with the team we have right now, and then hope that like Embiid or somebody wants to come.
Psych.
We don't want the Sixers getting better. We don't want any trades that make the Sixers better.
This is what I just coming up with, and then like I said,
that makes them a lot better.
Randall, Lillard, Embiid, and matter of fact, when I put in, I think the money even went down by a couple million.
That's true. That reminded me too when you actually talking about the not trading quickly. He was talking about this. I was talking about somebody the other day with these Harden trades. There's right at the bat there was talks about Harden going to the Knicks, and there was these trade. They were talking about like Fournier and Quickly. I would not trade Quickly. I would not even trade Quickly for Harden.
I mean, no,
I wouldn't. I don't want that. I don't want that. I'd rather
1 or 2 year, technically a 1 year.
I'd rather build. Would I trade Quickly for the right piece? Yes, but not Harden. Mm-hmm. If somehow Lillard said he wanted to come to the Knicks and we had to put Quickly in the deal, that I would do. Mm-hmm. But I'm not. That's not. No.
So I tried many ways to get Dame on the Miami, and I'm not quite smart at GMs in the league right now, and I really couldn't figure out a decent one.
No, it will probably happen, but yeah, it's gonna take a couple other teams getting involved, at least the third team.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to put the Spurs in it because Spurs got like 31 picks in the next fucking 5 to 6 years.
And it's in these what do you call it in today's NBA too with the way the players have all the power. generally over the last few years, when a player asks to go somewhere, they end up there.
Listen, I know this kind of out. Listen to the Spurs' next 5-year picks. Just listen to this.
They have more than that. They're like OKC, right?
Yeah, some of them probably protected or whatever. So they don't give me all those details. You got 324 round 1 picks from Charlotte, Toronto, and your own. You got a second round in 24, 2 second rounds in 24. In 25, you got a first rounder from us in Atlanta. You got their own pick in 2025, and they got Chicago's 2025 first round pick. In 2026, you got
the Chicago picks might be good.
They're
probably protected a little bit, but
you got your own first round pick, and you got another one from Atlanta because of the DeJounte Murray trade. So you got 2 more first round picks in 2026, and you got 3 second round picks in 2026. So in 27, you got 2 firsts. In 28, you got 2 firsts, and you got 4 second rounders in 28. And then in 29,
they'll never keep you. I mean,
they're not going to keep all of them.
No, because I mean, first of all, you can't have that many on your. I mean, most second round picks don't even make the roster. So
true, but that's a lot. And then I'm gonna tell you one name people should be getting ready to kind of tanking for in 26. It's this kid. He just was in the EYBL. I just had his name up here. Let me find my correct.
Is he going to UConn?
He might. He graduates in 25. Let me pull him back up. Give me a second. I don't know what happened to my tab here. Anybody that has an Apple knows that this thing does what it wants to sometimes. But anyway, I'm gonna try to. This is kid. He's coming out in 25. He's amazing. If you can go watch his highlights right now. Let me find it. Give me one more second. Sorry for this. Wait.
It could be worse.
Cooper Flagg. That's his name. Cooper Flagg. This kid from Maine.
Maine?
Fucking Maine. Look him up. Cooper Flagg. He comes out. He graduates high school in 2025. Pretty sure he's a one and done wherever he goes. And he would be a.
Oh, yeah, I know who this kid is.
He's going to be.
He's a white boy.
Yeah, he is. He is a white boy.
American, too, which is like.
6'8". He's a 195-pound junior, technically. And then by his senior year, I'm pretty sure he'll be a 200-pounder. He shot blocks. He shoots. He dribbles. He got a lay pack. He would dunk on you. 2026,
he's a guard.
Yeah.
He plays guard technically. Yeah.
I love this kid. Cooper Flagg in 2 years. Teams will, I think, if he continued to develop, will be lining up to pick him in 2026.
He's only 16, so he might grow a little bit more.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I love this kid, Cooper Flagg, man. He was in Augusta a couple of days ago. He gave them guys 36, 11 blocks, 12 rebounds, 6 assists. Playing against some talent of him, but he's from Maine.
I saw this guy. He got popular a couple of years ago. He was like a social media. That's how he got his name out there, especially being from Maine. So hey, New England boy, go UConn Huskies.
Hey,
let's do it.
I'm pretty sure he got every.
Give him a call, Danny, Bobby. I mean, yeah, Danny, call him. Danny Hurley, call him.
I'm pretty sure. Let's see if he got. Has he even committed to anyone? I'm pretty sure he's up there. Duke reached out, Kansas State, Georgia. I don't think Georgia has a chance.
Basketball, he's playing basketball, not football.
West Virginia. Villanova was his latest offer. Connecticut, April 26th.
I'm sure everybody's probably offering. I mean, he's got offers from everybody. So,
I mean, I think being from Maine, Connecticut is great for him. If the Big East was what it was at one time, like the Syracuse,
it's getting back. It's getting back.
Yeah, they would have a chance. But what is the closest big school to Maine? Off the top of your head, do you know?
I mean, UConn. I mean, basketball. I mean, you got. Yeah. I mean, Syracuse. Syracuse is like upstate, so Boston College, but they stink. They stink in basketball. Mm-hmm. So those are like the closest regional schools. So
where's Providence at?
Yeah, Providence, but UConn would be to Maine. UConn would be a little bit closer. No, Providence, it's close. It depends where in Maine, so it's close. But yeah, Providence would be another one. But
I would love him to go to Maine. Like, go to Maine.
He probably, yeah. No, he's gonna go to the G League, or he'll go to Duke.
He might go to overtime elite.
Yeah, he'll go to Duke or something stupid like that.
I mean, I don't have a problem being a Dookie. I don't care about it. I don't get into it. I just love college basketball in general. We getting off the subject, but back to Dame. But Cooper Flag 2026, look out for that name. I think the kid is going to be tremendous. That's where we at on time, because we're going to make a part 3. All right, we got 10 minutes. Let's. Who are your winners of the offseason so far?
I got a couple. The teams in no particular order. Some of the teams I like would have done so far is the Bucks. Mm-hmm. I love what the Bucks have done, but bringing back Lopez and Middleton, which they had to do. Mm-hmm. Bringing back why am I like drawing a blank on his name? They also
which one? Who are we talking? Milwaukee?
Yeah.
I mean, you got Malik Beasley, brought Jay Crowder back.
They brought Jay Crowder back. They brought Beasley back.
The Lopez brothers together.
Yeah, I mean, Lopez and Middleton were the most important part to go with Giannis. As long as they brought those guys back with Holiday and Giannis, they're going to be right near the top of the East. The Lakers may be the most impressive team so far. I mean, they brought back everybody. They brought back Rui and Reeves and D'Angelo Russell. And then they brought in Gabe Vincent, Prince, Torian Prince, Jackson Hayes, and even like Cam Reddish, when he's like your 13th guy on your bench, he's pretty, he's not a bad move.
Get out my dog, man. Get out Cam.
Still, not that they did a ton in free agency, but it's still been during free agencies. The Suns, obviously bringing in Bradley Beal. They got Eric Gordon to come in. They got your boy there, Wannabe. They brought your boy Wannabe.
Top 5 shooter in the league. I'm telling y'all right now. He can stroke it.
Gotta like what Houston's been doing. I know we don't love Dylan Brooks, but all the other stuff they did, they should be a playoff. They should be a playoff contender, bubble. Play-in contender. And then, although they didn't do a ton, I love the Grizzlies. I love the Marcus Smart trade for the Grizzlies. Love. Those would be 5. Those would be my winners as of right now.
All right.
It's fluid though. It's fluid.
I did some tiers. I'm going to go through them very quickly. I'm going through them quick as possible. I got 4 tiers here, and I got an extra tier for the 76ers because I just think they got to figure some things out. So
they would be on my losers list.
Sure. Okay. Tier 1 is Love It, and Tier 2, Tier 3, it goes in order. Okay, my Tier 1 Love It is Lakers, Bucks, Phoenix, Memphis, Kings. I love Kings bringing everybody back with Harrison Barnes. They brought bonus everybody. They brought that team back. Even the sneak of lately they got Chris Duarte. I think I said his name correctly. From the view of trade from the Pacers. I think he's gonna be a great rotation guy. I looked up this guy named Sasha that they got from Cross Seas. I heard he's an amazing player. He's going to bring something extra to those Kings team. You bring Trey Lyles back, Alex Len. You bring that team back from last year, like the Bean, DeAndre Fox, another year better, Sabonis. I think Keegan Murray will be better. Malik Monk, like I said, Herder, that team is tremendous. Mike Brown going to have them guys ready. And by bringing that whole squad back and based off the success that they got last year, I think they're going to be a great team. Memphis for everything that you said. Bringing D. Rose, Marcus Smart, hold that fort down till Ja get back from suspension. You bring Derrick Rose in, a veteran, talk to Ja, keep him straight. Basically kind of the same game, the explosive guard. He'll teach him some slick things. He basically getting paid as a high-paid mentor. For me personally, I think for Ja being in Memphis, that he went to school there. Lakers, all the picks, keeping Rui, keeping all those guys, and even getting Torian Prince and Jackson Hayes and all those guys. And then we keep quick little nugget on the Lakers. If you match Rui and D'Angelo Russell's contract together, it equals Kyrie Irving. Be on the lookout for that near the break. You can trade both of them guys for Kyrie Irving perfectly. Keep on the lookout for that midseason. I looked this up, and it works absolutely perfect. I don't know if they talked this out and figured it out, but if Rui not doing what you want to do, D'Angelo not doing what you want him to do, and Kyrie is unhappy, Kyrie would be a Laker in 2023. Anyway, all right, Bucks, bringing everybody back. Yeah. Bucks bringing everybody back. Phoenix, hands down. You bring in Bradley Beal, a all-NBA caliber guy with 2 all-NBA guys already on your team with the sneaky picks of want to be and like you said, Eric Gordon, all these small guys, Keita to Diop. These guys are very good. They do what they do. They role players. They know what they're there to do, and they do it very well. My tier 2 is my like it. I got Houston, Detroit, Knicks, OKC, Trailblazers, Utah Jazz, Indiana, Boston. I like the Porzingis pickup. I think it's good for them. He brings you something at the 5 that you didn't have. If you had a Porzingis on your team last year, you might get a chip. You get somebody to stretch the field, court, rebound. He had one of his best seasons last year. If he's not injured, Boston will be very good again.
In the regular season.
Yeah. You're a hater. But I'm not a hater. I'm a Hawks fan. I just know good when I know good. I talk sports, and I love it. Anyway, I got, like I said, the Jazz, Indiana. I like what Indiana did. They got one step better this year. You lock up Halliburton. You put I got all my facts here.
Bruce Brown.
You pick up, that's what I would say, Bruce Brown. You traded for Obi Toppin. They said Obi Toppin got another level that Tom Thibodeau didn't open up, so we're going to see. He going to have some reins. The pick and roll with Tyrese to go get it, shoot it, play ball. Bruce Brown, championship pedigree now. Going to teach some guys how to play ball. Buddy Hield, all those guys. We'll see if they can get in that play-in spot. OKC.
They should be a playoff team.
Plain and simple, you get, I think, like a pickup is Chet Holmgren. You're going to get Chet back this year. It's basically an off-season transaction that you didn't get. I like Davis Bertans and Victor Oladipo, some veteran leadership to help the SGA, Josh Giddey, Jalen Williams. I just don't imagine OKC this year, if they play well. I think they're a playoff team. I think they're a top 16 in the West right now. If they play all them young guys play 82 games, I think they're top 16. Houston, plain and simple. I love what you did in the draft. I like it. I don't care the numbers that you gave VanVleet and Brooks, but hey, I mean, you got to spend the money somewhere. Maybe they'll work out well. You might compete for a play-in spot as well. Udoka, I don't think he's a loser. He's going to get them guys to play defense, buy into whatever culture he got going on, and et cetera. So the Detroit Knicks, OKC, Utah Jazz, I'm not going to go through them all, but Detroit, I like their picks, getting Cade back. I think they did a great pick. Knicks getting David Chinko, putting them Villanova boys together, keeping that team together, trying to improve on what they did last year. And my blah, just middle of the pack, really didn't do much. I got Miami here right now until they pull out the Damian Lillard trade. Then it jumped, obviously, to tier 1. I got Atlanta Hawks. They didn't do much. They just signed DeJounte Murray to a 4-year great deal, 112, 14 million, 12 million, but with bonuses, it's go up to 120 mil. He's a $30 million a year guy. He getting paid less than Van Vliet right now. I think it's a great deal by Rich Paul. The Hawks, it's going to be very tradable in the next couple of years. Next year, if it doesn't work out in Atlanta, so we'll see how that goes. Then He's
not the guy you want to trade, though.
I'm with you on that one. Then you got Cleveland Nets, Washington, Toronto, Clippers, Minnesota, GSW, and Detroit. I'm going to speak on Golden State. You bring that same team back older. You got Klay Thompson, I think, is a shell of himself now. You got an older Draymond Green, an older Steph Curry, and you brought 2 more older guys in Chris Paul and Corey Joseph. You got to see what you got in Kuminga this year. You got to see what you got in Moody this year. I like your draft picks, the shooter from the University of Santa Clara. I like that kid, and I like the kid Tracy Jackson Davis Price, correct, from Indiana. He was that double guy all year. He played very well for Indiana last year. He said he got a chip on his back, so we're gonna see. I mean, they got the championship pedigree with Steve Kerr and all those guys. Okay, let's keep it going. Clippers bringing back Westbrook at $3 million. Hey. You can say what you want about Russell Westbrook. If he's on my team at $3 million, I fucking love it. I don't care what nobody say. And you snuck in KJ Martin there, very athletic guy to run the court. You still got Norman Powell. And if you get 50 game apiece from Kawhi Leonard and Paul George healthy in the playoffs, you have a chance to win the championship. I don't care what you say.
I mean, really just need them in the playoffs. Just need them in the playoffs, really.
Exactly.
They can play 30 games.
And Cleveland, sorry, go ahead.
No, they can play 30 games. That's all you really need.
Nets, like I said, you brought back Cam. You're going to run it back. These guys got something to prove. They can try to get to that play-in spot. And if you can make a sneaky move to get Dame in there, hey, you're going to jump to the love it spot as well. Cleveland, You just said, F it, fuck it, I'm going to spend the dough. We just going to roll it out here. We're going to spend some money. We're going to be like, hey, let's bring in Spruce. They bring Levert. They bring Name. We're gonna tighten up this 3 spot for us. We got Cedi Osman no more. He's in San Antonio. What else I put? You brought in Matt Strus. You bringing in some guys that been there, done it before, and you brought back Levert. So you're trying to find a guy to put out there with Allen and Mobley at the end of the game. And I think Strus is perfect for y'all. He's gonna shoot them out. You got to guard Mitchell and Garland. Strus will be open. Okay. I put San Antonio Spurs in here. Hey, like it or love it, you got a generational guy here. You got Victor Wembanyama. I mean, it's plain and simple. Your future is bright there. Minnesota, I put you in the block. Washington, you did what you had to do. You got to start rebuilding. Anyway, let's move on. Tier 4, it's basically like I think you should have did a little more. I'm not impressed about your offseason at all. I got Orlando, New Orleans, Nuggets, Bulls, Charlotte. Charlotte, I understand you had to get LaMelo that money, but come on, 5 years, $260 million. It's the NBA now, as we spoke about before. But it's just like he haven't even got you 35 wins this year, and he hasn't been healthy.
Yeah, it's what they have to do. It's what you got to do, though. It's what the deal is, and it's just like otherwise, it's just the guy walking away. Like it is what it is. It is what it is.
We get Bridges back, which he played well before his off court incident. So we're gonna see what y'all do. Bulls, you gave Vucevic 20 mil a year, and he didn't. So. I mean, with him, Levine, DeRozan, I think you could have moved DeRozan. His last year of his contract. I think he's still a good player. I think he's still the offseason to go. Maybe he gets moved, but that team currently constructed, I don't think it's good. You signed Torrey Craig for a defensive guy. You got Patrick Williams there. You signed back Kobe White. You got Javon Carter, which was a great pickup, and you still got Ayo there at the point guard position. I just don't know what you're doing. Like, what are we doing?
I mean, they're a borderline playoff team. I mean, Levine. And there's been tons of talk about them moving Levine too. So we'll see what happens. That may happen in the season. Maybe it happens before the season. There hasn't been much talk about it lately, but leading up, like during the end of the season, there was so much talk that he was going to be a guy that was going to be moved this year. So
right. Denver Nuggets, you won a championship, and you just said, let Bruce Brown go. I mean, I get you kind of constricted no money, and you paid the best player in the league technically right now. And I get that part, and you got to do what you got to do. But you went back and got DeAndre Jordan, and you re-signed Richard Jackson. What are we doing? So this is the name of my tier. What are we doing?
Yeah.
So New Orleans Pelicans, what are we doing? We just going to run it back? I mean –
yeah, they don't have a lot. In fairness, they don't have a lot of wiggle room either with their money and the extensions that they have to give. So,
but I do have a bright spot for y'all. Y'all played very well when everybody was playing in the beginning.
Yeah, they had the second best record in the West in January or something like that. So,
I think you hang your hat on that. Hopefully, Zion's finally healthy. Brandon Ingram, we know we're gonna get a score out of him. CJ McCollum, do we still have something in the tank? He can't play 35 minutes a game, so we got to get Alvarado and some other guys in there and. Try to get something going on there, but still, to me, it's what are we doing? You brought back Herb Jones, which was perfect. I love that kid. He can shoot it. He can defend. He's great for y'all. And you brought in Cody Zeller to back up Giannis Valanciunas, which he's a pro. I mean, just another body there. And last but not least, Orlando. Your picks were terrible to me. I'm not going to lie to you. The only thing I liked was Anthony Black. You brought Jet Howard was way too early. You still had Cam Whitmore on the board. You even got the guy Atlanta got Kobe Burfikin, Jordan Hawkins. I mean, there was so many other players on the board before you got that guy. And I just don't know what you're doing right now. Your backcourt is small. I love Markelle Fultz, but you still got Suggs there, Cole Anthony. These are small guards, and you went and got a Jet Howard, which he's a shooter. He got the percentage to shoot. Just what are we doing? I don't know. I just don't know what we're doing. I mean, bottom line, that's why you're in this tier. What are we doing here? And last but not least,
trust the process.
Trust the process is correct. 76ers, you're in a tough spot right here. If Jane Harden said F y'all, and just like, I can really see Jane Harden like, F y'all, pay me, I'm not playing a single game until you get me out of here. I really can see him doing it. And then unhappy Embiid, and then the roller coaster continues. And then now Philly is back to the process.
Back to the process.
Basically.
Process you get out of the second round.
Yeah. You're going to build your roster around Maxey, no disrespect, but he's not a build-around player.
Yeah. No, I think they're barring some kind of miracle, I think even if that team, if Harden decides to stay, and they don't have a lot of wiggle room, that team, if he decides to stay, they run that back. I mean, like you said, Niang's not even back. They, a lot of these guys back. I think they may drop below like the Knicks or Cleveland this year. And then I mean, even saying it, then if Miami makes a move and they're gonna, although they won the East, they were the 8th seed. You know what I mean? So that's another team. I mean, they could see the Sixers fall close to the play-in maybe next year, if things don't go right.
I know it was like my tears in 15 minutes. I think I took, so I don't think it was too bad.
No, I mean you got almost every team. So
yeah, so but that's that. We're going to go more in depth, and then when the finish of this free agency, and we're going to break it down a little bit more. Like I like a lot of role player pickups here that we went untalked about here, but we'll go.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to get to every sign. I also had. It's funny. Some of your things I actually had, because I just did I did the winners and losers, and I had Philly as losers. I had the Nuggets as losers, and I mean the Nuggets team, they're fine. Yeah. They're still fine, but they lost Bruce Brown, which was huge, and they haven't done much. And again, this is fluid since right now I had the Heat as losers because they haven't done anything, and they lost Gabe, Vincent, and Strauss. Strus.
Gotcha.
And then I also have, I know you said I actually have Washington as a loser. They, I mean, they think they did okay in the draft. We'll see though. You never know. Is the thing that sucks, and they were kind of hamstringed with the way the contracts were, but they traded away got rid of all those guys, and they got one first-round pick back in 2030. That's all they got back.
True.
When a lot of times you're trying to rebuild, you want to get picks, and I think, and that's one of the reasons why that's what the Blazers don't want to get stuck. They want to get some picks and stuff like that, so they don't want to.
Can I stop you on the Washington? If you want to see a LA Fitness,
they're gonna be shooting the ball
up and down. That's what they're gonna do next year with.
No, that's funny. They don't have like a terrible Jordan roster. Poole. They don't have like a terrible.
They can score it.
I have a feeling they're not gonna win a lot of games, but it's like not a terrible. It's not maybe that team can be in the play-in, maybe, but I mean they got a bunch of guys that like to score.
I would say with Kuzma, Jordan Poole, Shamet, those guys they can light it up. I'm gonna give you a quick look. I'm gonna go very quickly here. You got some guys that can put it in the bench.
Yeah, they got Gallinari.
I like Denny. I'm gonna brutalize his name. Avadija. However you supposed to say.
Tyus Jones is a good point guard.
I love Tyus Jones at point guard.
He'd be a starter in a lot of other teams.
Like I said, Kuzma get to shoot 20 times a game, and Jordan Poole. How is that team not fun to watch?
Yeah. And then Gallinari too on that team.
I don't think he stays, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm saying as presently constructed.
This team, if you take the over next year, that's all I got to say. When Washington plays, take the over. They're gonna give up 115, and if they hide, they're gonna score 115. So
yeah, I mean that's like the average now.
Yeah, so basically, they either gonna outscore you or not. So, but we're gonna get ready to wrap it up. I know it's a little late here. We're recording this at late on what day is Thursday?
Yes,
losing my mind.
How was your 4th of July? Yes, the 4th of July. So very quiet, except for the fireworks going off and stuff. So I'm old, man. I don't need to do much anymore. We just chilled. I went to the pool, went and jumped in the pool, did some things like that. Just chilled out, hung out with the dogs, tried to protect them from the fireworks.
Nothing my dog got a little upset here and there. My neighbors was letting loose, but I enjoyed myself. I grilled out. I invited someone. Didn't show.
What the hell, man? Why didn't you show up?
I don't know why you didn't show up.
It's not cool.
But I had a good time. But I enjoyed this. I can't wait to go more in depth. We got football coming very, very fast. We're gonna break down. Buddy. We're gonna break down divisions. We gotta get ready for the second half of the MLB. We gotta get ready for college football. I got a couple guys that I know.
Is college football big around here?
A little bit. Just a tad. I got a couple guys that played collegiate level and the next level. I'm working on.
You talking about they running amok up there in Georgia?
They do.
They running amok up there. Yeah. They taking over the police department. They doing all kinds of stuff up there.
Man, the boy got it going on, bro. I just got to get my scheduling together because I'm a father, and this is a passion of mine. I got work and a family, so I'm trying to get my scheduling together. I got some guys that want to come on and really talk to us and try to help me out here and be.
Just quickly with that too. One thing we didn't. Did you want to do your top 5 NBA teams now? Do you have a list?
I don't, but I can do it off the top of my head. It's entire NBA.
Yeah, just right now, like currently. Like obviously, this could change. I'll give you 1 minute. What do you think? I'll give you mine.
Go ahead.
I've the Nuggets won. They're defending champs. I'm not going to knock them down yet.
Okay.
This is my number 2. It's probably going to be a surprise. The Lakers. I love the Lakers. I love what they've done. 3, the Bucks. I love what they did. Remember back. 4, the Celtics. Boo.
I like that one.
And then the Suns 5. Obviously they're probably that team is built to win. They're all. Let's see how they do. I don't like the defense. I don't like the defense on the team, but still, they're still the top 5.
I wouldn't change any of those.
No.
That's
good list. Good list.
Yeah, you did good. I'm proud of you. I'm rubbing off on you. I'm thinking. Yeah.
Maybe flip the order a little bit, maybe, but that's it. No, that's a good one.
That's great. I actually like that a lot. But yeah, got some guys. I'm gonna start doing some moving around. You're not gonna see the scenery. We're gonna try to move. I know he's a little more constricted. We're gonna try to get some scheduling together, move around, bring our cameras, bring our lights, and we go different places. Like I said, I got people that want to come on, and we stay out in the burbs, and it's a little far for people at times. So we got some guys that want to come on. We just got to get the schedule together, get the times together, and we're going to expand here at LK Sport Podcast. And I want to let you know that life is 10% of what happens and 90% of how you react to it. So be careful. Things happen. Life happens, which we all know. I know you know from our personal relationship and things going on with us. Life happens sometimes. 90% of how you react to it. God's not going to take you through nothing that you know you can't handle. Just go through the fire and come out gold. That's basically what I want to say.
And if you got this far, make sure you subscribe.
For sure. You already know, be humble, live humble, stay humble, and I'm thankful and grateful for you listening to the LK Sport Podcast.
See you next time.
For sure.